Buffalo-Toronto Public Media presents the USA Wheelchair Football League Tournament in Buffalo, New York. Brought to you by Move United, Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports, and Allied Motion.
Welcome to Buffalo, New York for the Move United Wheelchair Football Championship match. This afternoon pits the Dallas Cowboys against the Kansas City Chiefs.
And if you haven't watched this sport before, you're going to see with these two teams some of the best adaptive athletes within the entire country.
One of these athletes that we spoke to pregame was quarterback Matt Bolig of the Kansas City Chiefs. We are here with Kansas City Chiefs quarterback number 4, Matt Bolig. Matt, we know you faced these Cowboys in another championship back in Chicago. You guys took it. What's there to expect today in a rematch of this championship game?
It's going to be in a high-intensity game, just like the last time. I think the last time both teams were missing some players, and we've added those since then. So I expect the same, intensity and all that, and then hopefully we come out on top.
Do you have any favorite targets you might be looking for, or kind of just whatever works in order to try to triumph here versus Dallas?
We just like to spread the ball around, find out who's ever's open. My brother's a coach, so we've been working on the game plan and with the guys for a while now, so it could go to anybody. It's just how are they going to play us.
Well, thanks, and good luck versus Dallas. We're all looking forward to this high-octane game.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Dallas's quarterback, number 7, Jason Rainey, runs a really efficient offense.
So we'll see what transpires on the pavement later today. Let's now send it down to the field for warm-ups.
This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, restaurants, and gaming. And by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by Amy C. Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover.
You're going to kick that way, so you'll be defending this way, so turn around, please. All right, Kansas City has won the toss. They've deferred. Dallas will receive in this direction. Good luck.
All right, good luck. We are here for the championship game pitting Kansas City against Dallas from ECC North. I'm play-by-play broadcaster Hunter Lober-Cummins, joined by colorman Nick Thomas, and I'm really looking forward to this one as it is a rematch, and these two teams know what to expect against one another.
Yeah, big offensive matchup here. Surely to be a lot of points scored between both teams on two high-flying offenses. Kind of the opposite of what we've seen all day as the Bills defeated the Browns 6-0 moments ago and earlier in the defensive battle against the Vegas Raiders 13-7 in favor of Vegas. Hoping that this game here, from what we expect, is going to be quite the opposite of that and be pretty high scoring.
We're taking a look live here into the Kansas City huddle where we see the Chiefs are ready to go to receive the kickoff from Dallas. I believe that will be them kicking off to Dallas. Kansas City's number 40, Alex Nugent, will toss this one away, and it will head out of bounds for a flag. So decent starting field position for the Dallas Cowboys in this, what you might call, AFC-NFC title game.
Yeah, big-time game here. And, both the Chiefs and the Cowboys, high-powered offenses. So I think the key here will really be to see who steps up on the defensive side of the football.
Dallas led by their star quarterback, Jason Rainey, a real trio of stars on that offensive unit. Number 9, Aaron Summerall, as well as number 82, Blake McMinn. And you also can't forget number 3, Antoine Gray.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to watch Dallas a little bit earlier and just seeing some really, really impressive plays made by their receiving core and some really strong throws by Jason Rainey.
Rainey ready to receive the pass now. The snap. He'll wheel around and look to throw. He'll launch it deep. Although it will be called as a sack as Kansas City's defense got to him quickly, and to be specific, that was number 58, Jason Loftus, who will send Jason Rainey back into the backfield. A little bit of a battle of Jasons there.
Yeah, and Loftus able to just kind of come around the backside of the offensive line and just barely get a hand on Rainey before he's able to throw that one away.
Second and long now for Dallas. Jason Rainey receiving the snap now. He'll go forward for a quarterback keeper, but he's touched in the backfield. It's number 42 this time, Kevin Caldwell for Kansas City. So the Chiefs' defensive line really knows how to find the Dallas quarterback in the backfield and make sure he doesn't advance. That's 2 tags for losses now.
Yeah, and just like we talked about before this game started, whoever is going to be able to step up on the defensive side of the football is going to have a real leg up on this one, as these are both 2 high-powered offenses going back and forth.
Third down now for Dallas. They'll have to bring something out of the trick book. Rainey will heave it, and it's caught down the middle with a lot of room to move there. Number 23, Adam Lucio. Lucio will be able to haul that one in, but not enough as it's fourth down for the Cowboys.
Hey, you can hear here now the official saying Dallas going to punt. Don't want to take that early chance near midfield early in the game and risk giving up that much needed field position to the Chiefs.
You love those highlight plays and highlight opportunities, but sometimes you just got to think intelligently, and in this case, it is to be just to punt it away.
Yeah, especially in a championship game of this magnitude. Can't afford to make errors that early in the game. Got to play it safe and let your defense go to work here.
Letting it fly is Jason Rainey, and he will pin them deep, although it's taken by number 4, Matt Bolig, the quarterback, serving here as kick returner as well, and he'll get it out just so the Chiefs are a little bit more comfortable with starting field position.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by Blake McMinn to get down there on the kick, as he had 2 blockers in front of him, and if McMinn doesn't get in there and make that tackle, that's a really big gain on that punt return.
It was actually a pitch attempt from Bolig to Colton Kincaid, and so that did result in a couple more yards, and Chiefs will take anything they can get.
Yeah, an early sign, Kansas City might be trying to play some trickier ball, get Dallas off their game, throw some things at them that they haven't quite seen this season. And it looks like they might have done that to our officials here too as well.
Just sorting the last bit of conversation out here, and I believe we are ready to go here for the first offensive possession for the Kansas City Chiefs.
During the return, we have an illegal forward pass by the return team. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So that lateral not legal as it was a forward pass. That'll send Kansas City back. And another flag here. You have to wonder if this is a bit of a sideline personnel issue.
We have a sideline warning against Kansas City. That is the first warning.
So that'll back the Chiefs up even further. I guess some displeasure results in a consequence in the form of a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and this magnitude of a game and a moment that big, you really just got to be able to have a team-first mentality and know what's going to hurt your team and what's not.
So I think we're ready to play some football now, as the snap will go to Matt Bolig. He'll rush around. Line doing good work. Pass is going to be dropped by number 11, Sean Runnels. That was a surefire score if he holds on to that. My goodness, Dallas catches a huge break there.
Yeah, and you can see here Bolig rolling out of the pocket, has plenty of time to his right, and just a beautiful throw over the top. Just couldn't bring that one in.
Sean Runnels definitely has to move past that because that was a golden opportunity. Here's a man in motion for Kansas City. Snap goes to Matt Bolig. Dallas is coming. He'll rush around. A nice spin move to get away from the defender. Nice pass. Again, too far on the throw. This time intended for number 40, Alex Nugan. But that Dallas front line is coming, and they're coming hard.
Yeah, and common theme throughout the day is you can see real physical by the line, players going down. Another really good throw by Bolig, just a little bit too far. And we'll see if they can convert here on third down in what's been surprisingly a very defensive game to start out here.
Kansas City, while you'd recommend them doing a chunk play, it's probably not going to work now. So you may even have to have the same style of an attempt to convert. Let's see what they have in store. Here's Matt Bolig rolling out, plenty of space. It's just about finding an open receiver if one can find some space. This one is going to be wrestled for. It will be incomplete. So Antoine Gray was in on the wrestling for the ball with Kansas City, but it falls incomplete, forcing a Chiefs punt. Nice stop there from the Dallas D-Corps.
Yeah, you can see a lot of time for Bolig again. Just really good job by the Dallas secondary, not allowing any receivers to get open. There's both guys fighting over a ball that's not there. It might be on the ground, but some hard play by both teams there trying to get their team a better opportunity.
They were so involved in the intensity, they didn't even notice the ball dropped. Here is the punt from Alex Nugan, and it'll bounce, and that's a live ball. Live ball, can Kansas City get to it? No, they can't, so Dallas will have it. Another lucky break for Dallas. That's probably the second time now they've had a lucky break on the throw that was just missed from the Chiefs' offensive possession. Interesting to note, the Chiefs don't use Matt Bolig as the punter. They switch now to Alex Nugent, maybe a stronger arm for longer throws.
Yeah, like you said, stronger arm, longer throws. And you can tell, too, although he has an arm, Bolig, just the accuracy is just really what stands out with him. A couple miscues early, one drop pass, one maybe a little overthrown, but you could see the motion and the timing will definitely come with these Kansas City receivers.
Jason Rainey receiving the snap for Dallas. He'll look to fire. He'll toss it long. Can McGinn get there? Yes, he can. Nice haul from Blake McGinn in his shoulder of his jersey. That's how number 14, Riley Blee, tagged him because he had to put a good grip on that. What a pass there from Rainey to McGinn.
Yeah, you can see Rainey gets a couple steps back and just really launches that thing in perfect place where only his receiver could get it. A really good throw by Rainey.
Dallas threatening to score to open the floodgates here for the Cowboys. They were trying to draw first blood.
If you're in the end zone over here in your Dallas, you got to look for McMinn and your big receiver, Aaron Summerall, and just see who you can find in that end zone.
Here's Rainey tossing it, and it will be incomplete, intended for number 10, Alejandro Pabon.
Yeah, end zone, red zone, this is where Dallas really thrives, having those big targets. That frees up other guys like Pabon and anybody else on this offense that's not necessarily as focused on as McMinn or any of these other big weapons that Rainey has.
Right, when you double covering or triple covering someone, it's going to leave someone else open. Here's Summerall in motion, pass, snap goes to Rainey. Rainey's going to toss it left side. McGinn in, touchdown Dallas. Blake McMinn. Nice play there for the Cowboys. And it's 6-zip Dallas. That connection reigns strong.
Yeah, really good kind of back shoulder throw here from Rainey into the corner of the end zone. Again, putting it in a spot where only his receiver can get it, and that's just a really good job to catch that ball and get Dallas up early here in this championship game.
Blake McMinn adding to his already really high touchdown total throughout the weekend and on the season, might I add. Cowboys looking to make this a score of Rainey's jersey number 7. Snap goes to Jason Rainey. He's going to wheel around. He's going to have to find an open man. He's kind of backing up here. It's going to be tossed and caught. Antoine Gray, the big fella, will haul it in, and now 7-0 Dallas. Gray able to find the ball for the point after touchdown.
Yeah, and you can see on that last play there, Rainey just kind of holding on to the ball for a little while. Almost makes you wonder, did he want to try and run it in at some point? But a really good job to find his receiver over the middle and put him up 7.
Dallas ready now to kick it off to Kansas City. It'll be Jason Rainey, their quarterback, firing it away. Kind of a line drive throw. Picked up by number 10, Colton Kincaid for Kansas City. He'll wheel around. And a nice return there for Kansas City to start around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see if Kansas City can get this thing going again. Some really good throws on the last drive, just some unfortunate ball placement and a couple drops. We'll see if Kansas City can kind of bring it in and get more rhythm. Looking for a lot of chunk plays on the last drive.
Kansas City will send a man, Sean Runnels, in motion. Snap will go to Matt Bolig, quarterback. He'll put the ball on his lap, try to find somebody, tossing around. Nice play there. Number 14, Riley Blee, almost threw a stiff arm there, trying to emulate some of the greats on the turf there. And a nice chunk of yards gain there for Kansas City. Take a look.
Yeah, and just a good throw over the seam in between two defenders. And really, that's just what you need to get the drive going. Just start off with some plays that gain yardage, keep the drive going, and then you look for those chunk plays as you start to confuse the defense a little bit.
The snap goes to Matt Bolig here, and he was touched in the backfield. That'll be a sack. The big fella, once again, Antoine Gray. He can play on both sides of the ball and showing his defensive prowess right here. Nice sack.
Yeah, and Gray does a really good job getting in the backfield, and then just a long reach, huge arms, able to get a hand on the quarterback and force a loss of yards, and now 3rd down.
Third down scenario here for Kansas City. They'll send Runnels in motion. Excuse me, Riley Blee. Snap goes. We got a tumbling kind of in the middle of the field. Pass is incomplete to Riley Blee. A lot of action occurring on that play. It'll result in a fourth down. Hey, why don't you join us during the second quarter where Buffalo Bills star linebacker and wideout Matt Daniels will join us for some color commentary. So make sure that you tune in to listen to the fella from Buffalo. Snap goes to Matt Bolig. He will look and fire. This one is going to be caught, and taking a defender with him is number 40, who didn't think he was touched, Alex Nugan. They will rule that he was, but it is a productive gain.
Yeah, another good gain over the middle, keeping the drive alive.
Take a look at the replay here, and nice catch there. Taking the tumble was a Dallas defender, Alex Nugan. Hauls it in, and it's a fresh set of downs for Kansas City, who had to convert on the third. Snap going to Matt Bolig. He'll wrestle around from a Dallas defender. He's gonna pitch it now almost to Riley Blee. A little bit of improvisation there. Nice play from Matt Bolig to gain positive yardage once again.
Yeah, and you can see the pocket kind of breaks down a little bit. Bolig doesn't have a lot of options, able to just kind of flick it over to his receiver there for a positive gain.
They'll send Alex Nugan in motion, will Kansas City. Now coming back is Riley Blee on the bottom of your screen. Here's the snap to Matt Bolig. He'll wheel around to the left and spin around now back to the center of the field. Nice movement there. He'll toss a pass that falls incomplete. Falling down there was Alejandro Pabon. Bolig really likes those spin moves. He'll go left, but don't expect him to stay there because he spins right around back to the center.
Yeah, and Kansas City being really physical on the offensive line, throwing some hard blocks, trying to give that time for Bolig, but Dallas still doing a really good job getting to the quarterback and playing some good defense right now.
Another third down scenario for the Chiefs. They converted the last time. Let's see what they have in store this time around. Possibly a chance to get that was the jump there. Bolig gonna have to toss it, and it's picked off a one-handed grab by Antoine Gray. He can do it on offense. He can do it on defense too. Such a similar play to yesterday's touchdown catch. And how about you expect some more from the man with the paws, Antoine Gray?
Yeah, again, like we talked about with Gray, just the big long arms, just putting a paw up there and just bringing it right out of the sky.
Second time now. Is able to complete such a play on both sides of the ball. So impressive from number 3 there, Antoine Gray.
Yeah, and just Antoine Gray, just a real weapon and just a real reason why Dallas is up in this game right now, making huge plays on both sides of the ball.
Dallas in possession now, trying to possibly punch it in before the end of the first quarter. We're about 30 seconds away from that time frame. Snap goes to Jason Rainey. He'll spin around, try to wheel around. He'll launch a deep ball. Wide open is his man, Aaron Summerall, down to the 13-yard line. High flying Dallas offense keeps the chains moving, and the Cowboys have great field position now. With 10 seconds to go, we'll see if they can get a snap off before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, what a throw. Just look at Rainey here, just throwing over to the sideline. Great catch. Does his best job to stay in bound and gain extra yards, but a great throw by Rainey there, bringing his team down into enemy territory to end the first.
And so at the end of one of our championship matchup here from ECC North, our score, Dallas 7, Kansas City nothing. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors yet again. So this program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, the Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, restaurants, and gaming. And by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by MEC Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover. And as always, thank you to the members of the Buffalo Toronto Public Media Group.
Let's come back.
We are back in action here at ECC North for the 2023 Buffalo portion wheelchair football tournament championship game. It's Kansas City versus Dallas. Cowboys up 7-0 as we enter the second quarter. We'd like to welcome our guest, Matt Daniels, on. Buffalo Bills utility man, wide receiver, linebacker, whatever you want to call it. Great to have you on, Matt. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Let's see what we got here coming up with Dallas on offense starting to score once again. Here's Jason Rainey taking the snap. He's facing some heavy Kansas City pressure, throw and caught by number 82, Blake McMinn. I know, Matt, you really had to deal with a lot of connections from Rainey to McMinn. Probably not a whole lot different there.
He's got a great reach on me, and I got to give him credit for that. He is one outstanding athlete, and the way he moves around the field is incredible.
The connection, the three-man connection really is what I see from Rainey, Summerhill, McMinn, and you can even toss Antoine Gray into that mix. Just so talented.
Oh, they're just in sync with each other. It's perfect. That's what happens when you build up chemistry with people.
Absolutely. First down now for Dallas. Sending Adam Lucio in motion. Rainey takes the snap, and he'll have to get away from some Kansas City pressure. He'll toss it, and he felt a lot of pressure there. So now second down, a lot of Kansas City pressure.
Wow. Give the quarterback some credit there. He bobbed and weaved.
Truly, to get away from that sack took a lot of skill.
Yes.
So second down now. As we enter second down, Matt, do you have an answer, maybe the toughest player you faced throughout this tournament, if you could pick one?
I'll tell you what, I do honestly have to give credit to the New England cornerback that covered me during the New England game. After each play, I had to give him credit. He had me on lockdown at least half the time. So he was probably one of the best corners I played against, for sure.
Absolutely. Probably took you back to your days over at Wheatfield.
Oh, yeah, good old Niagara Wheatfield.
Snap comes to Rainey. He'll look and try to fire. He's got the time. He'll fire away. It's picked off! Picked off by Kansas City's number 10, Colton Kincaid, to save it from going 2 scores down. What a play there from Colton Kincaid. A rare mistake from Jason Rainey, Kansas City. Long way to go, but they make sure that a touchdown is not given up. Nice play. What did you see on that one from a cornerback's perspective?
That was good reaction speed, especially in chairs, because it's really hard, especially in a chair, to make that reaction, that turn as quick as you can. And for him to do that and pick that up and just cut that wide receiver off from coming back was incredible. It was great work. I
was really impressed with what I saw from Colton Kincaid on that one. So Kansas City backed up into their own end zone. Matt Vogt will have to be a little crafty here. They'll send a man in motion, number 11, Sean Reynolds. The snap goes to Bolig. He'll lob it deep, and it's actually caught by a Kansas City coach. Just doesn't count for anything on that one. So second down now from the back of the end zone.
Definitely looking forward to this game.
Absolutely. This was highly intensive matchup. We know this was the final in Chicago,
yes,
which Kansas City took by, I believe, 14 points. So Dallas on the other side now. Up, and we'll see how long they can keep the scoreline. Snap goes to Matt Bolig in the back of the end zone. Second down. Nice line work, plenty of time, although Pavon rushing, and that's just tossing it away to make sure he wasn't sacked. Some of the Cowboys looking for intentional grounding, and they'll get it.
Wow.
They will get it. Really interesting ruling here. I want to listen to what the referees have to say. We'll have a referee explanation in just a moment.
Intentional grounding on the offense, half the distance. Or do you want to decline? That penalty is declined. Third down.
And so the penalty is declined. Makes sense to just send it to the next down.
Third down.
It'll be third down for Kansas City.
A big shout out to these referees, too, though. Big shout out to these referees. This is all brand new to them.
A lot of work being put into by the Stripes here. And so no safeties in wheelchair football, so just a loss of down here for Kansas City, third down. Man goes in motion, Sean Reynolds. Bolig in the end zone, has to get it away now. He'll toss it long, and this one is, it's tapped by number 40, Alex Nugent. He actually did get a hand on it, but it was unable to be corralled. And, speaking of how hard it is to make a catch, Matt, can you tell us the catch, but not only the catch and maneuver? What does it take to complete something like that?
That's a lot of practice, especially when you're in the wheelchair and you're trying to move. You have to keep moving on your wheels and take your hands off the last second. And not only that, you have to take the ball, place it in your lap, and continue on. That's a lot to think about and to keep up, at a good rhythm.
Right, I'm sure the hand-eye coordination has to be on point for something like that.
Got to look the ball in.
punt attempt here from Alex Nugan. We'll see if Dallas wants to touch it or not, and they will. Aaron Summerhill grabs it. Kind of a risky move there, because if he touches it and is unable to corral it, I mean, that's a live football, but good job for him to corral it. And Dallas is sitting quite pretty now, if I don't say so myself, with about 10 minutes to go, trying to up the score.
It's been a couple years since we played against Kansas City. Can't wait to see them again.
Absolutely. I know schedule's being determined for the next tournament in Las Vegas, where we'll see you guys.
Correct. Yeah, hopefully we get them on the schedule again. You know, I like to play against these top teams, because then we know what we have to work to. You know, what we have to work up to.
Right. You want to play against the best competition possible.
Absolutely.
Rainey signaling for a certain motion style. He'll send Adam Lucio in it. And back to where he came from. Snap goes to Jason Rainey. He'll kind of dump it off. Nice catch there, Alejandro Pepon.
Let's go. Good catch.
First time you heard his name on the receiving department. Nice way to haul that in, making his name heard. He's not only a center, but also a receiver.
He is all over the field all the time. He is everywhere.
You see those gold rims just about anywhere on the pavement.
Oh, yeah. He is an unbelievable athlete. I just can't believe how quick he goes from his turns to straight speed. He's just all over the place. He's involved in everything.
Definitely able to get around. And funny enough, you know, playing for the Cowboys, it actually was reported that he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So I'm sure that makes for some interesting conversations down there in Dallas.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure the flight over was he might have been you know, I don't know, not so nice too.
Nice rivalry there. I'm sure it's a bunch of fun conversation there with the team. So snap goes to Jason Rainey, and he will toss around, and it's going to be incomplete. Summerhill tried to catch it, wasn't able to. Nice defense there from Alex Nugan, and a nice also.
That was half a second earlier. That would have been perfect for him. That was a great throw though too. Right where only he can get it.
Nice try there. Some nice sportsmanship there from Alex Nugan and Aaron Summerhill, as they're just out here battling. Second down now. Dallas in an extensive huddle here, trying to formulate the best play possible. Rainey on the snap. Plenty of time to work with. He's gonna, almost stripped. And Kansas City thought it was a sack. Lots going on here. The pass was caught in the end zone. We're awaiting the ruling here. We'll take a look at the replay. It will be ruled as a sack, as there was a contact made with the back of Rainey, so you can wipe out the touchdown pass to Summerhill as the Kansas City defense holds stout here on third down. We'll see what Dallas has in mind. A really interesting play to look at, Matt. I'm sure you're kind of involved with some of those confusing plays.
Oh, that's what makes this sport interesting too, is that, you know, you have to adapt to each thing. If you're zone or cover, you know, man up, and especially in these chairs, you know, moving around, it's confusing at times. So you got to keep your head in the game the whole time.
Summerhill sent in motion. Here's Jason Rainey. He's going to have to launch it deep, and nobody home. Close was Aaron Summerhill, but not close enough, and so fourth down. Nice hold there from Kansas City. Interesting field position as well, because you're fairly close, but you wonder if they'll punt it away. So as you see here, it's just too far ahead for Dallas.
Did they elect to punt? Is that what it was? Or are they going for it?
I believe we are still awaiting the ruling, unless it was already said.
Usually if they're in a huddle, my assumption would be they're going for it, but
right.
We will see.
Right. Blake Bickman in motion. So Jason Rainey here. It will be a passing attempt. Has to get it off, but he's touched. He's touched by number 23, John Gilbert. And so the pass attempt backfires, and it's Kansas City football a little bit closer and versus if it were to have been a punt. Nice play there from John Gilbert to make sure that Jason Rainey could not advance the football anymore. And so Kansas City will take over towards the 20-yard line.
These are the type of games I love. Competitive, hard, sweating, bleeding, just going at it. I love it.
One-score football games are the best, no doubt about that. Here's the snap to Matt Bolig, who will race around. He avoids the Dallas pressure, gets a pass off. It's incomplete, but you have to give a lot of credit to Bolig there, because there were a couple of white defenders ready to tag him.
Again, he's bobbing, he's moving his hips, and that's a big thing in wheelchair football too, is learning to adjust, move your hips, to avoid people. So that's huge, especially as a quarterback.
So we are now looking at a second down scenario for Kansas City. And Matt Bolig kind of reading his play card on his wrist. He'll send Riley Blee in motion. Here's a snap to Bolig. He'll spin around, looking for a man to pass to. Has to get it off. He does, but incomplete as Jason Rainey. Some nice pressure. We know that Jason Rainey very capable on both sides of the ball. Matt, talk to us a little bit about how capable a lot of these guys are, not on one side of the ball, but both. It's really impressive to see.
See, that's the thing, though, too, is that this just reminds me of backyard football. You're going back and forth. There are some incredible athletes that are going offense and defense, special teams, offense, defense, and they don't stop. Like, that's not easy. It's very hard.
Very difficult to become a true 60-minute man, but you see so much of that over here. Bolig on the pass. It's going to be, oh my goodness, wow. A highlight reel incompletion is what it turns out to be, but the effort was there from Sean Runnels. However, the pass was broken up by a host of Dallas defenders. I'd love to get another look at that one, and we will. Look at this attempt. It was almost as if he had it and it just slipped away from his arms. That was action-packed on play.
It's close. That was a nice one.
So as we know, Matt Bolig does not punt for the Chiefs. This is Alex Nugan as they switch out duties here for the punts.
Yeah, and credit to number 40, because I wear number 40.
Same number, always have to give some credit there.
Love
for
it.
sure.
Mike Allstott, that's my guy.
Hey, Buccaneers fullback. A true grit man right there.
That was me in high school.
Here's Alex Nugan tossing it around, and this one will be picked up and caught, put in the lap from number 52 at Dallas, Zach Rule. Nice innovative play there to make sure you can use both your hands, focusing on the wheel turning. Do you see a lot of that with kind of guys putting the ball in their lap so they can use both hands on the wheels, or is it kind of, if you're kind of at a bit of a higher skill level if you can do that?
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of you have to adjust the situation. For the most part, I like to put the ball down so I have a full stroke in both my arms on the wheel so I can get full speed. But sometimes having one hand on as an acceleration and using your hips to kind of use that to your advantage to keep going forward. So it's kind of, some people like it one way, some like it the other. I like to drop it in, but I have been able to do both. It's not easy to do both, though.
Right, it does take some practice to
Yes,
learn
it does.
the other method. So here's Jason Rainey on the snap. Kansas City pressure coming in, and it's another sack. Wow. Number 23, John Gilbert. This is certainly the most pressure Jason Rainey has faced all tournament long from what I have seen. He's never had to deal with this much kind of an uncomfortable position that's put on him by the Kansas City defense. So we're at the 2-minute warning here of the second quarter with our score 7-0 in favor of Dallas. And Matt, I had noticed one other kind of ball placement position focused really upon by Aaron Summerhill, where he puts the ball almost in a slot by the wheel. Do you have any insight on that?
You know what? That was something that, especially with the chair, you kind of want to put it in a position, obviously out of play, close enough for your receiver to actually catch it itself. But sometimes those low ones, it's hard for somebody to reach out and over and down or across. So if they're putting them a little bit lower, as long as you're used to it, which is fine. But sometimes that's a common thing. You put it lower, it's a little bit harder to defend.
Right, as another football term that can come into play here, low man wins.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I actually had one really good one. I think it was last game of the one before that. It was about 6 inches off the ground.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so it was definitely, like I said, those low balls are nice too.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you have to grab it, put it back in your lap, or hold it in one and continue on moving your wheels to go down the field. So.
Mm-hmm. All different types of innovation that are used by these guys. Some of them just making it up as they go. You really have to give so much credit.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? And another big shout out to the two new teams, the two new expansion teams, the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. they came out and they showed a lot of guts for being a brand new team and not knowing much about it and learning as they go. They did an incredible job, so big shout out to them.
Right, to advance in the tournament to the next stage. Pretty impressive there from New England.
Correct.
Here's Jason Rainey on the snap with just under 2 minutes to go for Dallas, and he's sacked yet again. Number 58, Jason Loftus, reminiscent of the Chiefs' number 58, Derek Thomas, as we all know. Excuse me, that may have been number 56 back on the turf, but regardless, the pressure being brought by Kansas City, very impressive. And again, I hate to just harp on the same point, but you haven't seen this at all from the Dallas perspective of what they've faced.
And that's where chair skills come into play too, because the way these guys are coming in at the quarterback, the last second they're adjusting, they're rotating their hips, and the offensive line, whoever's there, is having to adjust to a quick turn at the moment, and you have that little bit of room to keep moving forward. So that's one thing that really helps when you're coming in. Before you get hit, rotating your hips and getting around, and you'll get the advantage on the offensive lineman.
Third down now, 3rd and long, that is for Dallas after giving up the sack. We'll see what they have in mind for the play call. Probably going to have to be a longer pass. Here's Rainey on the snap, and they'll just launch it long, and Antoine Gray is ready to wheel around, and he can go all the way. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Cowboys! Antoine Smith, a remarkable play. Oh my goodness, Antoine Gray that is.
Incredible.
Holy cow.
That speed at the end was incredible.
To put the ball in the lap and wheel around like that, you're almost left speechless on the speed on that.
His second gear was unbelievable. I don't know where that came from.
On the point after touchdown.
There he goes. Outside.
And it'll be a quarterback keeper, Jason Rainey, in to score.
Actually, Dallas actually, they do that a lot, and they're actually very good with that. When they sneak the quarterback, they're blocking.
It was a running play. It's worth 2 points.
2 points on the conversion, so 15-0.
All right, wow, this is a game. We got a game.
I thought it was great. Was it not? There's a replay of the long pass there. Our apologies, that actually was Aaron Summerhill on the touchdown. Here's the kickoff, so. Looks like Aaron Summerhill took a fall there.
Yep. You need your elbow pads and knee pads on.
Yeah, definitely.
I made a mistake and left my elbow pads at home.
So the Chiefs will have the football, down 2 scores, 15-0, trying to cut into this lead from Kansas City's perspective of trying to get back in the ballgame. Here is Matt Bollig at quarterback, trying to fire around, and it's going to be a sack from Alejandro Pebon.
He's everywhere on defense.
I know, Matt, you notice him a lot.
I love
getting
him.
Around here.
I love him. He's just all over the place. Defense, he's just havoc. He causes havoc everywhere he goes. He doesn't stop.
Minute to go here now for Kansas City, backed up. Here comes Matt Bollig, wheeling around. And Pabon gets him in the backfield again.
That's my guy.
He can't stop. He cannot be stopped. This Kansas City offensive line having real difficulties stopping Alejandro Pabon, who is able just to wheel right around and tag Matt Bollig for yet another loss. 3rd down now.
Absolute animal. Absolute animal.
Matt Bollig now.
It's in there again.
And a flag on the play. It's a shovel pass over to number 11, Sean Reynolds, although this might be coming back as that's usually the spot for offensive holding. We'll await the call.
Do you want to push him back or decline it? Holding, 61 on the offense. That penalty is declined. Brings up 4th down.
Penalty is declined, of course, as it'll move Downage to number 4. And another quick question for you, Matt. Would you consider Alejandro Pabon, number 10, the fastest in the league from Dallas?
I'll tell you what, he's without a doubt one of the quickest that I've seen. As far as his chair skills and agility to change direction at the drop of a dime is absolutely incredible. He is definitely top for that, for sure.
It's so impressive to see. And here's Alex Nugan on the punt. He'll launch it away, and we'll see if Dallas wants any part of it. They will. It will be Jason Rainey who takes it. He's tagged out there in the backfield by John Gilbert. And so with 10 seconds left, Dallas will have a couple of plays here, see if they do anything or if they just want to go into the half.
We got, what, 10 seconds left. At this point, I think on first down, I think you should definitely at least, put it down there and see where the ball goes. So this is definitely a time to take a chance.
We'll see what they have in store here. Jason Rainey ready for the snap here. Here it is. Clock ticking down. We'll see if he heaves it long. Rainey looking for anything open. He'll toss it long. McMinn is there. And he almost had it. Almost had it, but it falls incomplete. 2 seconds remaining on the clock.
2 seconds left, so one more play.
So we should have one more play here from the Cowboys. Blake McMinn so close on that one.
Said he's just, wow, that was close. You never know, because some plays when the ball's up and you're like, there's no way anybody's going to catch it, and then you got people that just snag it out of the air like nothing.
Two seconds remaining here for Dallas. Jason Rainey takes the snap, pump fakes, looking around, and he'll fire it deep into the end zone territory. It is caught! It is caught! Blake McMinn! Oh. Was he in or is he short? It was caught, but we're awaiting the ruling.
That looks short. Yeah, it looked like he was stopped at the 1 or 2. That's when he was tagged. Wow.
He was short on the play, so not enough to score, but another pass to add to the stats for Blake McMinn. And so, entering halftime, our score 15-0 in favor of the Cowboys in this championship game versus Kansas City. Well, Matt, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We really appreciate it. Any final words here as we move right on?
You know what? I appreciate everything you guys are doing right now. This is incredible, and it's a great introduction for the public, for wheelchair football in general. So thank you for having me a part of this moment right now, too. I appreciate it. And, thank you guys for having an interest in wheelchair football itself, too, because we're trying to expand this league and open up and spread awareness for the sport, for the youth, and everybody upcoming.
Absolutely. Well, we are really pleased to do this, and thanks for joining us once again, and good luck in Las Vegas.
Thank you so much.
Well, folks, it's been such an incredible weekend here in Buffalo with amazing highlights in every game. Let's take a moment to look at some of the tournament's most outstanding plays.
This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, restaurants, and gaming. And by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by Amy C. Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Buffalo, New York, where 8 teams have traveled to take on America's fastest-growing adaptive sport.
Let's go! Jason Rainey takes the snap, pump fakes, looking around, and he'll fire it deep. It is caught! It is caught!
There's Daniels again, racing across. Just lobs it over the top, and Gray, are you kidding me? How do you defend that?
I got in, past the goal line, posted up, called for the pass. Quarterback put it where it needed to be.
Going deep is Willis. He's going to look for him, trying to find him. He does!
A buzzer-beating score.
Leans back, and he'll reel this one deep. And it's caught by McMinn. Cross, rolls his right a little bit, throws the ball into the end zone. It is caught! And then Summerall's going to throw, and it is caught by McMinn.
And he'll just launch it long, and Antoine Smith is ready to wheel around, and he can go all the way. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Cowboys! A remarkable play. This Kansas City offensive line having real difficulties stopping Alejandro Pabon.
He causes havoc everywhere he goes. He doesn't stop.
Cross found Daniels right on the right side, and he made the stretch. Wheels around, spins around now. That signature move of his. He'll fire it now, and it's brought down. Another great play. He'll try to point around and launch one deep, and Robledo is open. It is caught. Cesar Robledo. Back here for the second half between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. 15-0 Dallas. Kickoff will go to Kansas City.
Yeah, and Kansas City will try to get at least on the board here after being shut out in the first half. As we saw too at the end of the first half, starting to get a little bit chippy out there. Some hitting, some attitude. More of what you would expect out of a championship game of this magnitude.
Absolutely. Now Kansas City playing from 2 scores behind. We'll see what they have in store here. Matt Bullock on the snap. He'll try to look around, and he's going to fire it deep. A little lob, and it's hauled in. A great catch by number 11, Sean Runnels. That was kind of like threading a needle.
Yeah, really great throw over there, and really good job by Reynolds to concentrate on his route and then look up at the last second and just haul that pass in for a big gain.
Take a look at the replay here. Tight window throw, and if Blake McMinn wasn't there, Reynolds is gone. But second down now and short for Kansas City, will be ruled as a first down for Kansas City. Snap goes to Matt Bolig. Nice line work, making sure no Cowboys get around. He'll kind of heave it deep. Another grab, Sean Runnels. Wow, same kind of play style, just lob it up, and Runnels is there along the sideline. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, Matt Bolig doing a really good job opening the second half, trying to get his team down the field, couple chunk plays, what they tried to do in the first drive of the last half. And I think a really good job of Sean Runnels coming out and being that receiver, taking the pressure off of the rest of this Kansas City offense.
Chiefs will have the snap go to Matt Bolig here, first down. Looking to put some points on the board. He has the ball in his lap while he wheels around, spins around now. That signature move of his. He'll fire it now, and it's brought down. Another great play. Sean Runnels, 3 catches in a row. I'd consider this guy in a PPR fantasy league.
Yeah, Reynolds doing a really nice job. It looks like they're kind of doing a good job, Dallas, of taking Riley Blee out of the equation, not being able to use him as a receiver, and he's more just taking up bodies on this line for Kansas City, which is opening up Reynolds, and now 3 receptions in a row to get them down the field.
Kansas City is really cooking now on offense. We'll see if they can punch it in for the first time today. Runnels goes in motion. Here's the snap to Matt Bolig. Nobody coming at him. He'll fire away, and it's going to be almost caught by Alex Nugent, but Blake McMinn on the cornerback duties to bat it away. Really close play there by the pylon.
Yeah, and throughout this whole game, McMinn showing his value on the offensive side of the ball, and now in this first drive on the defensive side of the ball, getting his hand in on a couple passes, a couple saving tackles on some earlier receptions from Runnels.
Right by the corner, it was going to be close to a score if it went. Here's the snap to Matt Bolig. He'll try to figure out what the best option of a pass would be. He'll lob it in, and a little far was intended for number 23, John Gilbert, but just out of the outstretched reach from number 23.
Yeah, it looks like Gilbert a little bit got kind of confused. He had number 10, Colton Kincaid, standing in front of him. Might have thought that pass was for him and kind of slowed up at the end of the route. Just kind of a last-ditch effort from Bolig to try and get this ball into the end zone.
Kansas City awaiting the snap. They'll send Nugent behind Bolig in motion now. Here's Bolig. Plenty of time. Thanks to his line, he'll toss it in. It's hauled in for the score. Kansas City touchdown. Alex Nugent puts some points on the board, and with the point after, this becomes a one-possession game. We'll see if they go for 1 or 2.
Yeah, great catch by Nugent there in the end zone to get to get Kansas City on the board. Now they'll go and try to make this a one-possession game.
Snap to Matt Bolig. Down 15-6. He'll toss it in, and it's going to be dropped. Nice defensive work there because that looked like it was in, but didn't have full control, full possession. As we like to know, a football move wasn't made there by the Kansas City wideout.
Yeah, for sure. And a huge stop by Dallas, because now what that does is since Kansas City not able to get any extra points, this keeps this a 2-possession game, regardless of any score on the next drive. With a 2-point conversion would only be 14 at the highest. So good job by the Dallas defense on keeping this a 2-score game.
We will have the Kansas City kickoff to you shortly.
Curious to see here how Kansas City's defense comes back after scoring that last touchdown. Can they keep Dallas from moving down the field and give their offense that ball back and get back in this game, or will Dallas create that separation?
Kickoff goes out of bounds. The ref didn't really have anywhere else to throw the flag but at number 52 of Dallas sack rule, so you may have caught that on the camera. But it'll be Dallas football here.
Procedure
to extend.
on the kicking team. Free kick out of bounds. Ball will be placed at the 22. First down, Dallas.
Looking to extend the lead, and as you would have just heard, kickoff out of bounds, so it's moved up for Dallas.
Yeah, and a tough start here for Kansas City's defense, kicking that out, giving Dallas a little bit better field position. We'll see if they can continue to get after the quarterback like they were at the end of that second half. You got to keep your eye on McMinn here. As in the second half, they like those passes to him down the sideline. Got to keep an eye on that outside.
Here's Rainey looking for an open receiver. He finds Antoine Gray. And a nice start to the drive there. Second down for Dallas.
Yeah, we'll see if Dallas keeps up this trend, just going over the middle, taking up some time, getting yards, keeping the drive alive, or if they try to keep going after chunk plays like they were in the first half. You got to imagine they would, as it worked out really well for them, bringing that lead into the half.
Rainey really looking to engineer another drive here that ends with a score. They'll send Summerall in motion. Here's Rainey. Rush is coming from Kansas City. They'll dump it off. Blake McMinn, usually a sure-handed receiver, unable to hang on to that one, and so it will result in a Dallas third down.
Yeah, good throw there from Rainey to McMinn. Just couldn't bring that one in, and a good break there for the Kansas City defense.
Uncharacteristic of McMinn, not able to hold that one in, but hey, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, throughout the weekend, that probably can count on one hand how many times you've seen McMinn drop a pass.
That would definitely be an accurate statement to me.
If I'm Rainey, I go right back to him here. Give him the ball back, let him get that confidence back. They haven't been able to stop him all game.
Important to instill that confidence in your teammates. Here's Rainey now. We'll see if the idea is the same, and I believe it will be. However, this one, you kind of have to say that was a little bit of a throwaway from Rainey as the pressure was on, and a bit of an uncatchable ball.
Yeah, Rainey's just got to do a good job at staying calm in the pocket. He had the time, he had his receiver open and saw him, but you can see just panicked a little bit and kind of shot that one in there. Didn't want to turn the ball over.
Fourth down now for Dallas. Not an analytically motivated decision if they were to go for it, so you figure this will be a punt.
Yeah, gonna play it safe, keep the lead, trust their defense.
And Rainey will just launch it, trying to pin him. You saw that kind of angled for the corner. It does take a Kansas City bounce. Still a live ball. And Kansas City will pick it up, and Dallas was just kind of treating it as if the play was dead, but a heads-up play there from Matt Bolig of Kansas City to gain some more yards on that. Sometimes you see that on the turf there.
Yeah, we'll look at it again. It looked like a Kansas City receiver, a Dallas, no touch on the ball. He wasn't able to bring it in. That keeps a live ball.
Always have to be aware of where the ball is and whether you heard a whistle or not. Sometimes that can get challenging with those helmets.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Kansas City there to pick that up and gain the extra yardage.
Here's Matt Bolig. Will take it on a QB keeper, and he's touched down, but not before gaining a couple of yards for the Chiefs.
Good play there by Antoine Gray coming in, limiting Bolig to that just some small gain, and trying to keep Kansas City from picking up where they left off at the end of the last drive, getting back in this game.
This quarter winding down pretty quickly, already at only 6 to go. So Kansas City going to have to come back with another scoring opportunity. And they'll lob it deep, and this one is going to be touched but not hauled in by number 11, Sean Runnels. The connection from the last drive not able to be replaced and at least replicated right there. And so now third down here for the red and yellow.
Yeah, and you'd really just like to see the line hold up a little longer so Bullock can hang on to that and let the route develop. Because Runnels had a step on his defender, but that ball forced out quick, the line collapsing, not much you can do there. Good play by Dallas.
Snap is into Matt Bullock. He'll toss it wide open there. It's number 10, Colton Kincaid. And so the Chiefs look to be in a bit of a rhythm now, first down.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, that's what you need. Take what you can get, don't try to force anything, and keep this defense guessing and hopefully open up the big play for yourself later in the game.
Snap to Bullock. Looking for an open man. He's got plenty of time. Oh, just avoids a sack there. And was that picked? No, incomplete. Summerhill thought he may have grabbed it, but it hit the pavement before he could. So, second down. But that defensive line led by Alejandro Pabon, he can find those small gaps, and just as you saw it right there, making some pressure being felt on Matt Bullock.
Yeah, and you can see Runnels throwing his hand up in the air, looking back at the quarterback, Bullock saying, my fault, probably a miscommunication on the route there. Looks like Bullock thought he had maybe a little check down route going on.
Lee comes in motion for Kansas City. Here's the snap. Bullock looking around. He'll kind of toss it over the middle, just out of the reach of Alex Nugent. And so it turns now to third down for a team down 9 with under 4.5 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that time will sneak right up on you. No stoppage of play throughout the third quarter. Got to get this ball in the end zone as you are down 2 scores, and you know that Dallas is going to come out swinging in the fourth quarter and try to keep this lead.
Nugent heading in motion. Again, will follow. Here's the snap to Matt Bullock. Gonna have to get it off. He does, but a collision, and it's incomplete. 2 Dallas defenders kind of converge there on Alex Nugent, and so it'll force fourth down for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and that's a really good defensive play there from Dallas, and number 9, Aaron Summerhill, just coming in from the safety position, dropping in on that receiver and giving a little bit of help and forcing the incompletion.
Kansas City lined up to punt it away. As when you see Nugent behind center, that's usually what it means. They'll do it. It's a line drive. It's going to be kicked around for, and it looks as though it'll be Dallas football, but they'll be pinned kind of deep in their own zone.
Yeah, good punt there by Nugent. And a good job just to get that ball on the ground. Try to keep it live for a little bit, and I will see if this Kansas City defense come up with another stop.
We'll be approaching 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. McMinn coming in motion. It's going to be a kind of a double flea flicker, and Summerhill will toss it long. McMinn in the open. It is going to be incomplete. McMinn almost there for it. Well executed, just not able to be finished there from McMinn, but the toss a little long.
Yeah, great play design here. The direct snap and then the pitch back to Summerhill. And you can see his reaction after the play. He wants that one back just over through McMinn. And with the speed on this Dallas offense, that could have very well been a touchdown if McMinn brought that in. Great play design, though, and great job to keep this Kansas City defense guessing.
Here's Rainey receiving the snap. Kansas City coming hard. He's going to have to launch it. He will. McMinn in the open. It's going to be caught by McMinn. Not down yet. Down to the 15. He's weaving through defenders. Wow, what a play by Blake McMinn. As you heard Matt Daniels talk about, maneuvering is really difficult, and Blake McMinn showcased why it takes a lot of skill to do such an act.
Yeah, good job by Rainey avoiding the pressure. Kind of throws off a back angle, and a great catch and great job after the catch making defenders miss, gaining a couple extra yards from McMinn.
A textbook juke there from Blake McMinn on the wheelchair.
Yeah, and as this game goes on, Dallas is starting to look like they're putting more and more together, starting to look a little bit more unstoppable for this Kansas City defense.
Dallas ready for another snap. Comes to Rainey. Looking around, he's going to head to his right side. And he's going to be sacked, though, by number 58 of Kansas City, Jason Loftus. And so not the type of play that you wanted to have happen after the big play.
No, you can see Rainey goes outside and he's got his eyes downfield and doesn't realize how close he's getting to the sideline. By the time he has to make an adjustment, Kansas City's already there to get a hand on him. Great play by the Chiefs.
So with the clock winding, the Dallas Cowboys might like to see this hit triple zeros before they take another snap. And that is exactly what will happen. And so at the end of 3, our score reads Dallas 15, Kansas City 6. 1 quarter left here from ECC North. We'd like to take one last opportunity to thank all of our sponsors. And so this program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, restaurants, and gaming, and by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by ECC Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover. And as always, thank you to the members of the Buffalo-Toronto Public Media Group. So far,
run the post or the slant.
Slant. That means I need to.
You need someone taping that?
One of us will be in the middle.
All right, yeah. All right. We'll come out there and do that then. Twin slants. Y'all run slants.
You want me to go deep or shallow?
We don't need it. It don't matter. It don't matter either way. Here we go.
All right. Finish strong. Cowboys on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cowboys!
Finish strong, boys. Strong.
Great. We'll bring the talent back. All right, talent comes back in. 5. We're back here for the 4th quarter of the 2023 Buffalo Region Move United Wheelchair Football Championship, and this is the championship game. Scoreline reads Dallas 15, Kansas City 6 with 1 quarter remaining. We're ready for a Dallas snap on offense here on 2nd down to begin the 4th quarter. Here's Jason Rainey. Looking around, he'll fire away, and it's hauled in there by Aaron Summerall. Nice play and stretching for a couple of extra yards, which could prove valuable on this drive here to open the 4th quarter.
Yeah, good job by Summerall getting open, getting the corner after the catch, and gaining some extra yardage. And keeping this to what looks like a 1st down for Dallas.
You can see Alejandro Pibon trying to lead the charge a little bit in the huddle. Nice to see some of the other guys taking command here for Dallas.
Yeah, and it looks like Dallas is just really getting ready to gear up for this last 14 minutes and put all they have out on the gridiron and try to bring home a championship.
Snap comes to Rainey. They were letting the clock wind a little bit. Here's the pass, and it's going to be caught and held onto. Was he in bounds? He was, and that's Zach Rule on the reception. Nice play there by Zach Rule. As he was able to catch it, he kind of had to hold on to it with above his helmet, and he does so, and it's great field position now for Dallas.
Yeah, some really good concentration there by Rule to bring that one in on the sideline and set up Dallas for what seems to be about 5 yards out from the end zone.
And Zach Rule having a lot of experience with holding on to weights and such, as he is a really highly skilled weightlifter. I would highly recommend checking out his social media to see some footage of the incredible work that he does. Here's the snap to Jason Rainey. He'll be looking for a receiver to find, and he throws. It's incomplete, intended for Antoine Gray. And so now it brings up 3rd down for Dallas inside the Kansas City red zone.
Yeah, and 5 yards to go. What do you do here to try and get this defense to spread out a little bit within the 5 yards in the end zone that you have to work with? You have the motion, but if you're Dallas, you also have 3 huge targets that are ready to go up and just kind of take the ball out of the air.
Figure one in doubt, toss it high.
Right.
If you're Dallas.
That jump ball factor kind of really plays into their game plan here in the red zone.
Rainey takes the snap on 3rd down, looking to extend the lead of the Cowboys, and he will be avoiding a sack. Well done to avoid the sack. Couldn't complete the throw to Anquan Gray, but spectacularly done there by Rainey to avoid getting tagged.
Yeah, really good job by Rainey. The whole way through, it looks like this is going to be a sack, and he kind of gets caught and just has to keep backing up and dodging defenders, but a really good job. And it's incomplete, but I mean, you're saving yourself from, a loss of 5-6 yards there, and now you get another down to fight and try to get in the end zone.
They'll take that throwaway any day of the week versus the sack. 4th down now, they will go.
And if you're Kansas City here, best case scenario, play that ball in the end zone, play the jump ball, get that turnover in the end zone, and get yourself away from the goal line and give yourself some space to work with.
Rainey, the snap. Last chance on the possession in the corner of the end zone. Caught! Was he in? Yes, he was. Aaron Summerhill, touchdown, 2nd on the day. Dallas in control. The big fella able to tightrope the end zone corner for a score to put Dallas up 21-6 pending the extra point.
Yeah, and there it is again. You don't even need the jump ball. When you have somebody as talented as Summerhill that can just focus that ball in the corner of the end zone and bring it in, I mean, that's just a recipe for a championship team.
Kansas City, they're first of the half.
And that'll force a Kansas City timeout. Let's take you into the Dallas huddle here, because I'm sure that they're giving Aaron Summerhill some real support and love after that.
Needs to be Joe. I didn't realize it.
Cowboys on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cowboys! Come on, boys.
Sounds like these Cowboys are fired up, ready to get back into this last 11 minutes and try to secure a championship here in Buffalo.
Yeah, I was going to say,
They're up 15 now. 1 point, extra point makes it 16. But if they decide to go for 2, I mean, that makes it a 3-score game. That'd be really challenging for Kansas City to come back from.
Yeah, and that's a choice you got here to make, is how do you want to go about this? Do you want to take that higher risk and try to put it out of reach for Kansas City, or do you play it safe and trust your defense for the rest of this quarter?
We saw them convert 1 2-point conversion already. We'll see if they attempt another.
For Dallas, you got to go right back to Summerhill, in my opinion. Just been absolutely dominating this Kansas City defense.
Snap comes to Rainey. Pass and caught. Summerhill. That is a valid conversion for Dallas.
And just another big play. You got to let the big dogs eat. Summerhill's just been bringing in everything here, torching the defense, had that long touchdown earlier, and just putting on an absolute show here in our championship game.
And so they decided to go with the 1-point conversion. Now 22-6, a 16-point game. And so that would require 2 touchdowns, both with rushing 2-point conversions for Kansas City. Quite challenging to come back from, but 11 minutes, 7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, not impossible, but if Kansas City wants any chance of staying in this game, they're going to have to play near perfect football for these last 11 minutes.
As you see here, Carolyn from Move United with the championship trophy that is going to be presented to one of these 2 teams. Right now looking very much like the Cowboys, but we'll see what transpires. Here's the kickoff. It's picked up by Dallas's number 40, Alex Nugent. He'll get a great return on this. Nice block thrown by his teammates, and it's brought up to about the 25-yard line. A fortuitous return there for Kansas City.
Yeah, and you can see what we talked about, that strategy earlier on the kickoff, trying to throw that ball and kind of pin it down on a defender, get a touch on the ball, or get a live ball out there somewhere for Dallas to come down and try to make a play. But a good job by Kansas City bringing that out almost to midfield now.
Matt Bolig now trying to rescue his Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see what he's got in mind to do so. He'll toss it, and almost hauled in there by Alex Nugent. It would have been a highlight reel catch with one arm, but unable to do so. 2nd down now for the Chiefs.
Yeah, now we either see here, either this Kansas City offense has to step up and put points on the board quick, or we might see this Dallas defense finally clamp up and keep them out.
Flag on the play. It's still a live play, so Kansas City will toss it deep, and that's Alex Nugan on the catch. We're going to await the referee ruling on this one. They allowed the play to go on, so
illegal formation on the offense. 6 on the line. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
it makes sense because had that been intercepted, it would have stood. But of course, anything positive for Kansas City will not.
Yeah, and a really tough break there if you're Kansas City trying to get back in this game and then taking out a big splash play with a penalty.
Taking a look at our Kansas City coaches there, Joe Kidding, Kelsey Kincaid, and Paul Bolig. Slight confusion here on the pavement. So we'll get everybody back into position.
Hey, Sean is off the ball every time. Go.
Looks like just trying to figure out down and distance after that penalty.
Right, working through the logistics and everything. And here's our snap now to Matt Bolig. He will look short and find Nugan. Nugan kind of becoming a favorite target. You know, we heard number 11, Sean Runnels, on a previous drive, but now number 40, Alex Nugan, becoming a favorite target here for Matt Bolig.
Looks like Kansas City trying to speed it up a little bit, being conscious of the clock here.
Bolig takes the snap. You saw Runnels go in motion. Plenty of time here for Bolig. He'll toss it deep, and it's going to be touched but broken up by Dallas. And you also saw Sean Runnels kind of hoping, pleading a little bit for an interference call. He doesn't get one, and so that forces a 4th down here.
Yeah, good defense there by Dallas on the back end, forcing that incompletion, and now bringing up 4th down.
Actually went off the helmet of Blake McMinn. So 4th down for Kansas City. It'll be a toss, and a toss to no one. It is a turnover on downs. Dallas will take over in control with 8.5 minutes to go, up 22-6.
Yeah, and a tough break there again for Kansas City, starting to look more grim for them as the time winds down. Only 8 minutes left, down 16, and now Dallas has the ball. It's going to be really tough to try and come back from this if you're Kansas City.
We'll see what the Dallas mantra is here. Do you just kind of churn some clock, or do you want to put one more score in to lock just about everything up?
I think if we know anything about Dallas, we know they like to score points, and they like to make sure that their opponent has no way of getting back in this game. So I would not be surprised to see another score here from Dallas.
Here is Jason Rainey. He'll have to just toss it away. It does avoid the sack, but could be called for intentional grounding, and I believe that is what we heard from the field.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, loss of down.
So Jason Rainey avoids the sack, but it comes at a cost, as it is intentional grounding that's called on him, and he'll have to back his team up here on 1st and long.
Clock still running. Dallas definitely going to take their time here.
Now referees a timeout.
Stand corrected. Clock stop.
Stripes can't overrule just about anything. You hear from the Dallas sideline, run the play clock all the way down. They want this thing milked.
Yeah, Dallas, they have the lead. They want to end this. They want to go home with that trophy.
And a snap to actually McMinn, a nice reverse play. He was tagged by a host of Kansas City defenders. Snap did not go to Rainey, rare to see it, but that's the case. Now 3rd down for Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas trying to get a little bit tricky here with the direct snap, and then the flick. And it looks like some Kansas City defenders getting back in there, getting a hand on the play. Now that brings up 3rd down for Dallas. But that clock's still running, still milking that clock, getting closer and closer to triple zeros.
That's what's in the forefront of the Dallas mindset here as they enter 3rd down. Here's the snap going to Jason Rainey, looking for someone to throw to, and he'll pass it mid-range. Nice target and catch by Aaron Summerhill. Not enough to move the chains, but a little bit closer here for Dallas. And of course, the clock continues to tick.
Yeah, and a good job by Rainey, letting that play develop. finding his man open over the middle and now setting up a 4th down with the opportunity to go and hopefully put this game away if you're Dallas.
I got 3 here. Three's here, Riley, watch switch.
We'll see if Dallas chooses to punt or go for it here. Here's Rainey. Looks to be that they will go. He'll pass and find Blake McMinn down the middle. And that is enough to convert for the Dallas Cowboys and keep the ball in their possession.
Yeah, another good read by Rainey over the middle, and then the sure hands of McMinn. And Dallas just finding their way to slice down this field almost as slow as possible, but doing it with chunk plays. Kind of the best of both worlds if you're Dallas right now.
1st down, keep the clock moving. You can't ask for much more if you're in the white and blue with the silver on top.
Yeah, if you're rooting for the Stars right now, it's looking really, really promising. That being said, the same side, Kansas City, they're not out of it yet. Still time on the clock, but you're not going to be able to do it without any kind of turnover and maybe some kind of return to get your offense back in the position to go and score.
Need the ball in your hands if you're a Chiefs fan.
Just leave it. It's also full.
Under 5 minutes here as Blake McMinn goes in motion, snap to Jason Rainey. He'll use it as a QB keeper opportunity, get a great gain, and be tagged right around the 5-yard line. Pretty productive play there, and of course, the end goal here to turn some clock. That is just what happened. A great play call on the offensive side of things for Dallas.
Yeah, and Dallas knows that Rainey has that speed once he gets in the open field, and they just kind of want to keep the ball in his hands. And one of the first times we've actually seen the quarterback keeper work today, but it works out really well for Dallas and just taking more time off the clock while getting closer to the end zone.
2nd down now. And if I'm Dallas, I have a feeling that they're looking to run this thing and only snap it at about 2 or 1 seconds left in the play clock.
Yeah, definitely trying to run out the clock as much as possible. And it looks like we might have a problem with the player's wheel over here on the Dallas sideline.
Blake McMinn's wheel needs to be changed out, so we'll have a substitute.
Equipment timeout. 45 seconds. A player must leave the field for 1 play.
So coming in for Dallas is number 1, A.J. Hummer, who will take the place of Blake McMinn during this equipment timeout as the Dallas pseudo pit crew takes care of him.
As you heard our officials say, McMinn has to stay out for 1 play after fixing the wheel. Surely he will return after this play to close this game out for Dallas.
A.J. Hummer lining up at the top of your screen. Here's Rainey on the snap. He'll pump fake and fire it now. Intended for Antoine Gray, but incomplete. Now 3rd down, but the clock will move.
And you got to think almost there, just a good heads-up play by Rainey. Sees that he doesn't really have a man open over the middle and doesn't want to bring those 2 receivers in to collide over the middle. Just kind of throws it deep, gets rid of the ball, and knows that the clock is still going to continue to run.
Blake McMinn now back in as they'll sub A.J. Hummer out for 1 play. 3rd down now, and on this play, we will enter under 3 minutes, so the time is a-ticking here if you're Kansas City.
Yeah, and if you're Dallas, you got to get as close to the goal line or score as possible. If you get close to that goal line, that's okay. You still have another down to work with to try and get in and use up that clock while you're at it.
Summerall in motion. Here's our snap to Jason Rainey on 3rd down. Kansas City coming, he was pointing, and he will toss it, and it's going to be caught by McMinn for the touchdown. Blake McMinn kind of mossing his defender in a little bit of a shove kind of by the KC Riley Blee. We'll kind of have to separate those guys, but regardless, it's a touchdown, and nothing Kansas City can do about that. We'll take a look here.
Yeah, temper's kind of flaring a little bit maybe at the end. Kind of tough here if you're Kansas City. You got to keep it together while down big in the championship game that you've worked towards. But a great catch in the end zone by McMinn to put Dallas up big time here late in the 4th.
28-6. We'll see if they go for 1 or 2. You figure it would be 1.
think you got to go for one here, play it safe, get the points on the board, let your defense work with the last 2.5 minutes of this game. In a game that looks very probable for Dallas. Let your defense go out, do the work. Especially closing in now on the 2-minute warning, we will have clock stoppages.
$22 points the margin now. Our snap to Jason Rainey here on the point after touchdown. He'll try to wheel it in himself, and he will not quite get there as he's out of bounds. So the score remains 28-6 here after the Dallas touchdown. And, you know, we'd also like to take another moment to thank the folks at Move United for helping to put this on, being the organization that does put it on in all the different cities that we find ourselves. We'd also like to thank Norm Page from Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports for being the hosts of this tournament. A spectacular job has been done. Facilities, parking lots, and everything that goes on here, and as well to ECC North, because without it we wouldn't be able to play. So thank you guys to those involved. We really appreciate the help, support, and leadership.
Definitely great atmosphere, great event, and kicking it off, or ending it here with a great game for our championship.
Here's the kickoff from Jason Rainey. Fielding it and catching it is Sean Runnels. He'll try to wheel around past the 15-yard line, and he'll be met by a host of Dallas defenders. Clock will be wound, and this will get us to the 2-minute warning.
Preparing the ceremonies.
And you see here that Move United is preparing the ceremonies for the championship trophy presentation, as our pass now will be incomplete from Matt Bollig, intended for Alex Nugent. Stage being set up for the ceremonies and celebrations, and presumably that would be going towards the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, Dallas, 2 minutes separates you from a championship. All they need here, good defense, give your offense that ball back, and then put this game away and go lift that trophy.
And you know, this one means a whole lot and just a little bit more for Dallas, as they fell to Kansas City and Chicago back in August. So it's almost as if this month-long series is even at one apiece.
Yeah, and you know that that loss has sat in Dallas's minds until this day here, and they definitely put that all out on the field today here, you know, kind of really pouring it on Kansas City in this championship game.
Second down now for Kansas City. Here's the snap to Matt Bollig. He'll try to scoot around from Pabon. He will shovel it. Nice grab there from Sean Runnels to avoid the sack. And like you see throughout this tournament, you know, you've seen a lot of those shovel passes. It takes some skill to do that on the run.
Yeah, definitely a different motion with the hand, not the same as throwing it. So, you know, really to shovel a ball that far is quite impressive.
Here's the snap down to Matt Bollig, a regular pass that is hauled in by number 14, who takes a tumble, Riley Blee. Riley Blee leaving it all out on the line no matter the score. You have to really appreciate the effort there from number 14 of Kansas City.
Yeah, down big in this game, trying to get his team back in it, make a big play. Great catch there.
And we'll have a referee whistle. Going to be a flag on the play. Be a false start on Kansas City, but the clock will continue to run now under a minute. So if they want to get into the double digits here, they'll have to work quickly.
Five-yard penalty, first down.
First down for Kansas City. Matt Bollig on the snap. He'll look, pump fake a couple of times and fire away. This one will be caught by number 14, Riley Bleed. Nice play there. Gotta go though if you want some more points if you're Kansas City. Threatening now to score are the Chiefs. They'd really like to make this margin a little bit closer than it is now. Here's the snap to Matt Bolig. He's got to get away from the Dallas pressure. Taking a tumble is Jason Rainey. Tossing it up and caught for the touchdown, Alex Nugent. Nice play there, well designed and well executed from Matt Bolig to Alex Nugent. Our score now 28-12, so margin is brought down a little bit closer, and we'll see if they go for 1 or 2 with 14 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's a good throw by Bolig and a great catch in the corner of the end zone, just a little bit too late, you know. Only about 14 seconds left in this game. Too little too late for this Kansas City team.
And on the conversion, it's Aaron Summerhill who tags Matt Bolig before he can reach the end zone. And so, what our score is now, and that's what it will read, 28-12 in favor of Dallas.
Yeah, and even on that last play there, Summerhill just making his presence felt in this game, from big receptions to big runs after catch to just getting in there and getting the sack and putting away Kansas City on what seems like it would be their last offensive play of this game.
Kansas City ready to kick it off here. We're interesting to see if the game line on this player, if Dallas will have to take an offensive snap. Tossing it away is Matt Bolig, and this one will roll out of bounds. Will it? Or will it stay in? It actually will stay in. Aaron Summerhill trying to wind this clock out. And with that being said, it is, of course, we get to 1 second remaining. So 1 victory formation snap for Dallas will be required.
And how fitting is it that you get that 1 second left, you get to line up in victory formation and really enjoy this win as Dallas gets ready to celebrate their championship victory here in Buffalo.
Kendra, I blame you for that 1 second. I blame you wholeheartedly, and only you. Only you, and specifically you.
Yeah, for real.
And with that, the snap is taken. The game is over. Your final score, 28-12 in favor of Dallas. Your 2023 Move United Wheelchair Football Buffalo Region champions, the Dallas Cowboys, who avenged the loss to Kansas City and Chicago and almost even up their series. And in fact, they will even up their series with Kansas City 1-1 in championship format. Well, for Nick Thomas, I'm Hunter Lober-Cummins. Thank you so much for joining us throughout the whole weekend. We really appreciate your support, and we look forward to broadcasting next, whenever it might be.
All of our USA Wheelchair Football League athletes are competitors, and we're so proud of every single one of you. Before we get to the trophy, I just want to thank Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports for being amazing hosts this weekend. Thank you so much for everything. I also want to thank the NFL and Bob Butcher Foundation and their Salute to Service partnership for making the USA Wheelchair Football League possible. So thank you all so much. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Today's runner-up team is the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations, Chiefs! And the winner of the 2023 USA Wheelchair Football League tournament hosted by Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports is the Dallas Cowboys. Congratulations, boys! Congratulations. Can you guys move over there so we can grab a couple photos? Way to go, Cowboys. I hope you can get that home in your luggage. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but congrats. So we look forward to seeing a lot of you again in 3 weeks in Las Vegas to close out our regular season, and seeing some of you for our championship game in Las Vegas in February to kick off the NFL fan week. So we're really excited about that. Thank you all. Congratulations to everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Safe travels home.
This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, restaurants, and gaming. And by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by Amy C. Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover.